Hello mga kapamilya, this is Gaby Dela Merced and welcome to Power, where we show you inspirational and empowering stories of powerful women in sports. A little bit about myself. Ako yung eldest na babae sa pamilya. I have 3 older brothers. I basically grew up with cars. Tatay ko dati nagbebenta ng mga second-hand cars and bata akong laki sa office. So they would leave me there, they would give me a bucket of water and toothbrush para linisin yung kotse, and kada kotse na malinis ko, bibigyan ako ng 20 pesos. So, syempre, pag bata, kala mo, ang saya-saya mo na, di ba? Kala nila, laro-laro lang. So, that's where it started. That's how I first, more or less, fell in love with cars. Then, syempre, kasama mo pura lalaki, mahilig sila sa mga computer games. Meron isang game, it's called 2000 GT Racing. And ano lang siya, simpleng game lang. Pwede kang maging hovercraft, race car, or tank. And totally na in love ako doon. So doon nagsimula lahat. May pagka-rebelde ako. Pag nung lumaki ako, sinabi ko sa magulang ko, soon as I hit 18, hindi niyo ako mapipigilan. Especially nung 80s, medyo normal pa yung mga double standard. Meaning, yung mga kapatid ko, nagagawa nila yung mga gusto nilang gawin. Pero pag ako naman gusto kong gawin, sinasabihan ako, hindi mo yan pwede gawin. At once tinatanong ko kung bakit, sinasabi kasi babae ka. That kinda stuck. Yung border na pinagbabawalan ka na hindi ko maintindihan, hindi ko siya tinanggap na hindi mo pwede gawin ang isang bagay dahil babae ka. So I guess dahil doon, napahilig ako sa sports. Gusto ko parati ipakita sa mga kapatid ko na parang, oy, kaya ko yan. Nasa varsity basketball ako at one point, nasa varsity table tennis ako, varsity chess, captain ako doon. Nag-billiards ako at one point. I was very into martial arts. With me, aside from yung love ko talaga for racing, I think what stuck with me was yung karera, wala siyang gender bias. If gusto mong kumarera, kasama mo mga lalaki. Nakapasok ako sa Lynn St. James Scholarship Program. Then eventually, naka-endurance racing rin ako. With endurance racing, I got to do a 25-hour in Thunderhill, which was crazy. And because of that, napatry out ako sa spoon sports. Any stereotypes in racing? Maraming stereotypes when I started racing, especially when I started. Kasi nung nagsimula ako, which was early 2000, wala pa masyadong mga babae na kumakarera nung time na yon. So there was already a big gender bias in a sense na, alam mo yun, nung una, hindi ka siniseryoso. Actually, nung pagpasok mo nga, ang babait nga ng lahat ng mga tao sa'yo because they thought you weren't competition, which was fine. I didn't really expect anything naman from that. But if you think about it, that's also a sense of gender bias as well. One of the biggest scenarios na naranasan ko was when I started doing slalom. It was a race weekend na medyo pinamalas ako noon, and then naalala ko, kakatapos ko lang ng stint ko, pabalik ako sa paddock ko, and naririnig ko yung mga tao sa labas, parang, oh, sino ba yan yung taong yan? Tapos may nakasilip, tapos nakita babae nga. Tapos sinabi niya, uy, okay na pala yung oras niya, kasi babae. And alam mo yon, I know that he didn't mean any harm. It was supposed to be like, pwede na yan, okay na yan, kasi babae ka eh. So basically, that really irked me. Because it came from a sincere comment. So totoo nga naman na pangit talaga oras ko. And wala tayong magagawa. Pero yung feeling na dahil babae siya, pwede na, medyo na-bother ako doon. That's why after that, I really took it upon myself to practice, to strive hard, to get better. Then there were also the more aggressive type of comments. Meron naman nung nagsa-circuit na ako noon. Ibang class kami. I was in a lower class. I was still novice. But I was doing really well. And from behind, parang ginit-git niya ako all the way palabas ng track na kinailangan ko mag-stop or else bababangga na ako sa pader. He was a French guy. Inausap siya ng mga marshals after ng race. Ba't mo ginawa yun? Bawal yun. Bastos yun. And then he was like, oh no, I'm sure she loved it because women like it from behind. Diba? Bastos siya, no? Hearing that comment, hearing him brush it off was really insulting. And to top it off, yan pa talaga, parang medyo sexual yung remark niya. Wala ka talagang magagawa. Meron talagang mga taong ganon. Meron rin akong nakasama nung nag-Formula BMW ako na Malaysian. Kinausap ako. It's like, Gab, don't try racing open wheel anymore kasi panlalaki siya eh. Women don't have the capacity for it. Tuwing nakakarinig ako ng mga ganyan, it just fuels me. It just helps me think of like, hindi, I'll prove you wrong. And to all the people personally that have said all those things, I say thank you. Thank you dahil sa inyo, nagkaroon ako ng drive dahil sa inyo, na-fuel yung passion ko para ipakita sa sarili ko at sa inyo na kaya ko to. And it was a constant process. Siyempre, hindi lang rin yan madali. Understandable naman talaga na may mga kakayahan ang mga babae na hindi kasing lakas ng lalaki at yung mga lalaki may mga kakayahan siya na mas angat sila. Kailangan mo lang makita kung ano yung mga imbalances nun at yun ang kailangan mong kailangan mo i-ensayo sa sarili mo. Kailangan mo mag-i-practice yun. Kailangan mag-workout. It's really how you look at things. You know, it sounds greener on the other side, or if you look at the glass half empty or half full. And I was always there to take up the challenge. Hey guys, so I am back at home, all clean, away from the grime. I basically wanted to share what I do after. I would hydrate a lot, so that means a lot of water. Then, if I'm lucky, if I was able to get a protein shake, I'd like to do a protein shake also because that really helps out with recovery. And obviously, vitamins. If pwede ako magpapamasahe ako. When I'm not racing, which yung buhay ko sa gallery. So, kung gusto niyo ng painting, kausapin niyo lang ako. For me, one of the biggest things I learned in racing was discipline. You know, I was a free spirit. Actually, it wasn't a race wherein kaka-gimmick ko lang the night before. Medyo hungover pa ako noon. It just hit me. Hindi pwede. Ganito buhay ko. If I wanna be good and if I wanna prove to myself that I could make it, it has to end here. And because of that, it was just a switch. Instantly, I started to prepare. I started to sleep a lot earlier. Right now, I'm very methodical in what I do depending on the race. Like if it's a sprint race, I'll load up on carbs. If it's an endurance race, especially endurance racing wherein it would be 6 hours above, I would heavily load up on protein because that burns much slower in terms of certain muscle groups, especially in racing. Kailangan mo talagang ma-develop yung neck and core muscles mo if it was a race internationally, and usually races kasi international racing, hindi ka nakaka-practice. So yung ginagawa ko, which was taught to me by my Formula BMW coach, buy a PlayStation and then get a game which had the track and I would just practice. I would study the track. So at least kahit hindi siya perfect sa swak na swak yung feeling in the track, but I wouldn't need to technically learn the track anymore. I would know na para, left-hander to U-turn, may bank dito, ito, yung elevation niya pababa. That helped me a lot. And probably Racing International also is dealing with the time zones. So by the time I land, which is usually I only have 1 day to practice, 1 or 2 days, learn the car, get involved with the team, and learn the track all at the same time in 1 day. Sports has basically shaped me, made me who I am today. Without sports, I would be a very different person. It's made me so much more independent. It's given me confidence to know my self-worth as a woman, as an athlete, as a Filipina. It's given me the privilege and honor to represent my country. So for all the girls out there who want to try a certain sport or, want to get into something that you've always wanted to get into, I say just go for it. That one small step really can change your life. At dyan nagtatapos ang kwento ko. Tandaan nyo, meron pa rin naman tayong mga powerful women na may interview in the next couple of weeks. Kaya please like and subscribe sa lahat ng mga ABS-CBN sports media pages. So I am Gaby Dela Merced and this is Power. Hello mga kapamilya, this is Gaby Dela Merced and welcome to... Ang hirap! So, nung any stereotypes in racing? Parang hinihintay niya talaga ako eh. So, equal footing kayo lahat doon. And, pa-start na yung karera. So, mamaya na lang ulit. Kinuha ako nila, so I was their driver for, alam mo, hindi mo talaga ito maririnig. Let me stop.